Formation on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Fields, has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. Down inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on a catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Here's Fields on the sneak. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Justin Fields with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself.
Out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's
and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Goff. Under pressure, they got him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Jones on the return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Fields now to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney from 21 yards away. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Matt Eberflus going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2. Fields going to hold on to it. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He had the option, decided to keep it. I don't know that it would have mattered either way. They're defended pretty well.
It really was, wasn't it? Because option plays are really standard 2-point calls, and you have to prep against them, and they did their prep well on that one.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote a little Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
On first down, it's gone. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Eluding the pressure right. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And it's going to be third down and forever. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On third down, here comes Swift. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So we reach half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
On first down, it's Fields. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Fields. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Now it's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Ky'lend. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Pass interference. Defense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aleem McNeil able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Jones on the return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Fields on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 49 yards rushing for him now, just his first 3 carries. Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And again back to Ky'lend. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Dancing to his left. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. The toss play to Montgomery. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there. He's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Fields trying to throw for it. He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here's Jones. Touchdown, Chicago! He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd in a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Goff now looks to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
There they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. To the air again, Goff.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 conversion and 8 tries, not good. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Goff.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Goff.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
67 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Open man is Ky'lend, the tight end.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now Goff on 1st down.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Now Goff.
He's got room past the 30.
He's at the 50. The 30. 20. 10. 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards.
Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
2nd down and goal. Goff. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Extra point by Badgley, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is caught inside the 15.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
A huge play there for Chicago. 4
first on 1st and goal. Off play action, Fields.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy.
Taking it right down Broadway. 30, the 20, 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.